What's up, Citizen of the Stars? Today we're talking about commodities trading, why it sucks, and what can make it bearable. More after the drop. Welcome to the nerds. How's it? Nerd here from the Nerd Doing Stuff YouTube and Twitch channels, here to talk to you guys about the next great thing, trading. Well, not really, at least not soon anyway, but I do want to go over why I think trading is just not good right now, and what StarCrack needs to make it a reasonable game loop. Speaking of YouTube and Twitch, if you enjoy this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so I know you like it, and the almighty algorithm also knows you like it. Now if you want to catch the stream, roll over to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/nerddoingstuff and follow for more gaming and nerdness type stuff. Back to Star Citizen. Commodities trading is in a really bad shape right now. It's so bad, in fact, that I didn't even have any footage of me doing any trading, which is why you're not watching trading and you're seeing me kill NPC pirates or something. With the transition to resource sharing for commodities across every server in Star Citizen, coupled with the implementation of buying power per server tick at levels that don't support reasonable earn rates, trading has gone from being admittedly probably too easy to earn UEC to just not worth the risk of a server crash. So let's start with how trading has worked in the past, how it works now, and then we'll talk about what needs to change to make the trading game loop better. Trading in Star Citizen used to be pretty simple. You take your hauling ship to a small producer location, which sells things people in the big cities want for cheaper than the big cities will pay for it, like strippers. So you give up some of your money and fill your cargo hold with strippers, then import the strippers from the small city to the big city where they can chase their dreams of a medical degree and you get paid for bringing them there. In the end, you have more money in your wallet than when you started, and everyone has a happy ending. You then return to the land of cheap strippers and start the cycle all over again. Now, with more recent changes to trading, there are a few extra things that make this simple loop much less fun and much more prone to blue balls. First, in the land of cheap strippers, there's no longer an unlimited supply of strippers to transport. Instead, there's a limited supply to start, shared among every server, and it replenishes slowly over time. Now, while this may be a better approximation of real-world situations, odds are when you show up to the land of cheap strippers, instead of being able to fill up your cargo hold with the 200 strippers you wanted, you can buy 7 because the other 100 traders running strippers already took them all. Now you're in a pickle and already hemorrhaging profit. So to make the run hopefully worth it, you work down the list of next most profitable items. Sugar cubes, Coke, which is just essentially liquid version of sugar cubes, anime body pillows, and subscriptions to the Nerd Doing Stuff YouTube channel, trying to fill the 193 strippers worth of space before making the run to the big city. When you finally get it done, you travel back to the big city to sell all your cool stuff. And here comes the second change, which is essentially the first change in reverse. So, you get your assorted goods and servicers to the big city, and now you want to offload them. Unfortunately, everyone else has already made this run before you, and instead of being able to sell everything immediately and take off again, you have to spend 10 minutes at the trade terminal selling stuff as the server ticks over. So, what is wrong here? Simply, this loop lacks player agency. What do we mean by player agency? Basically, in my opinion, of course, good gameplay should feel like it is at least partially due to meaningful choices made by the player, with some chance of success. Even better, it should present several meaningful choices in series, and how the player navigates these choices drives the gameplay. However, in our trading situation here, what meaningful choices did we make? We picked our starting position, and that's pretty much it. Even then, picking the stripper source wasn't really a meaningful choice here, because we didn't know what sort of quantity would be available. We just knew dealing in strippers had the most profit potential, and picked the place where they were the cheapest, probably. This makes all the difficulties experienced while trading something the player is subjected to by game design, rather than challenges the player chose to try and overcome. Combined and compounded with the less than satisfactory earnings from this gameplay loop, risks of 30Ks, and all the frustrations that come along with playing a game in alpha, and only the most dedicated players will even attempt to complete a trading loop, probably out of spite rather than actual enjoyment. Alright, so how do we add meaningful choices to the trading loop? There are a ton of options here, but I think the most robust option is providing players with enough information so that choices become more informed risk and less RNG's crapshoot. One game that does this very well in a market setting is the gilf of space games, EVE Online. Now, the market in EVE is full-blown simulation mode, and I don't think we'll see this for years, if ever, after the PU in Star Citizen goes live with a full release. But take a look at this information screen and check out all the stuff it shows. Price history, locations, prices, and quantities of buyers and sellers. Like, this sort of information screen is absolutely what you want if you're having a more complex economy simulation that is at least partially player driven. In EVE Online, it's mostly player driven, and you get a whole gameplay loop called Market PvP, which I find very enjoyable in that game. But a very basic version of this information would go miles toward letting players make informed, meaningful choices on where to start trading, what trading routes work best at the time they are trying to trade, and make commodities trading more the game within a game that it probably should be. So what does our game loop look like with better information for our traders? Well, let's say we've looked at the information available and identified the most valuable trade currently is moving strippers from location A to location B. However, instead of blindly jumping to location A and B, hoping to sell the full cargo hold in both places, you know that you can only fill about half your cargo hold worth of strippers at location A by looking at the inventory and replacement rate on the information screen from your mobiGlas. So you look at the market information and figure out the next highest value material you can get at location A is sugar cubes, which sell at location C for a pretty good profit. At location C, you can get coke to sell for a reasonable profit at location B, so you pick that up and run to location B to unload your entire cargo. Now you're at B, which has a screaming deal on anime body pillows, and you're looking to unload them back at location A to start the loop all over again. But location A only buys about half your cargo hold worth of pillows, and you can look this up in your mobiGlas before you take off. So we find another location, this location D, which isn't too far out of the way, but will allow us to sell the other half of our Huggy pillows while also picking up some holiday socks that sell for a profit at location A. Now we're back at location A, and we check the market and find that someone else is also running strippers to location B, and we would have to wait 5 to 10 minutes at location B to unload a new load of strippers. So we find a trade for premium printer paper to location E and start the process all over again. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this game loop sounds infinitely more engaging than what is currently in-game. And it's something that I might do even if it wouldn't earn me the most UEC possible. Speaking of, check out this video. It talks about how to earn the most UEC possible with different mission types. In this loop, you have the information to make interesting and meaningful choices and decisions, which puts trade limits in a complete new perspective. Now, instead of being the thing that prevents you from earning the UEC you thought you would, trade limits become pieces of a puzzle you have to put together to get the best haul possible. Wait times go from unknowable roadblocks to something that is at least estimable, so that you might decide waiting a few server ticks is the best plan, or avoid the trade altogether if it isn't. The whole process feels more dynamic and purposeful, in a very satisfying way that I think is a huge improvement on the gameplay loop overall. So, what do you guys think about this? Am I way off on what would make trading in Star Citizen better? Let me know in the comments section down below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the verse. Nerd out.